Hello learners, in this session we will discuss on search engines. Search engines comes your paper 6 Information Technology Applications, Module 5 Library and Information Services, Unit 37 Search Engines. The objective of this module would be to understanding various search tools that are available on the web along with search engines. You have to understand it is not only the search engine that is available on web, so we will discuss various search tools that are available on the web. Then we will discuss on how search engine works. Very interesting and very important. How search engine search the topic or the query from the web and display you result that we discuss over here. Search, in order to search the content, what search strategy these search engines are applied, that we will discuss also. And finally, what are the strengths or challenges associated with the search engines are there, we will discuss in these slides. Hope you will enjoy the slides. Let's start the journey. So the very first concept is search engine. A search engine is a coordinate set of program that search for and identified items in a web document that matches specific criteria. It methodically search through web content based on specific keywords a user entered in the search box. Search result typically appears on what we are commonly known as search engine result page or SERP. The first search tool was appeared in the year of 1990s and its name was Archie, that was developed at McGraw-Hill University in McGraw-Hill Universities. A few other examples of excellent search engines are Google, Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, etc. Next. Now, you have understand that search engine is not the first tool on the web. There are so many other tools as I mentioned earlier. These tools looks like a search engines. These other tools are subject directories, search engines and meta search engine. Now, let's understand one by one what these tools are. While a subject directory, also known as subject gateway, is a service where collection of websites are organized into categories and subcategories based on a topic. It is maintained by site creator or evaluator and organized following a certain pattern. Dear friends, the two very important words of this part is, this is a gateway, it's a service where collection of websites are organized and categorized, and this is maintained or this is created, evaluated, updated by human. So, it is a human handled process. Few examples of subject directories or subject gateways are DMOZ Domos, WW Virtual Library, SESDA, Math Guide, etc. Among these, DMOZ, Open Directory Project, was the most comprehensive human edited directory of the web. On the other hand, WW Virtual Library is the oldest catalog of the web. Interestingly, this was started by Tim Berners-Lee himself, the creator of HTML and the web itself, in the year 1991. SESDA is a database or is a search directory to locate dataset as well as question on variables within database stored in SESDA archives through Europe. Math Guide, it's a internet-based subject gateway to scholarly relevant information in mathematics. So, by these examples, you can able to understand what is called subdirectory and what are the examples are subject directory presently available on the web. On the other hand, that is the search engine, perform three critical tasks: crawling to discover content, indexing to track and store content, and querying to fetch relevant information quickly. It is not maintained by humans every time. It crawl, index, and display result following certain algorithm. The meta search engine, the last one, is a combination of engines, or you can say meta search engine performs simultaneous search on more than one search engine at a time. Examples are Dogpile, Webcrawler, and Mama. Now let's take difference between subject directory and search engine a bit detail. While the basic difference between search engine and subject directories are, search engine is an online tool that is used to locate or search for information on World Wide Web, whereas subject directory, or you can say subject gateway, is an online database of websites and online information set by subject and categories. It allows user to find information on the internet using phrases and keywords, that is search engine. Search engine allows user to find or locate information on the internet using phrases and keywords, whereas subject directory allows users to find or locate information on the internet using hierarchy. That is the difference. Third, in terms of search and display, search engines locate and display relevant information based on the formulas and the algorithms using an automated software program. What is we talk about web crawler. Whereas in subject directory, organized by human being who discover new website and relevant information by exploring the internet themselves and by reviewing submitted website. Few other examples, few other differences are in terms of usages. Search engines are used mainly for research, shopping or entertainment, whereas subject directories are mainly used to search broad topics, current event, organization or business home pages, etc. Next, in terms of size, search engines are bigger than directories as it includes billions of web pages, whereas subject directories tended to be smaller than search engine databases. Third, in context of application, we can say search engines is considered good to look for specific or complex information, and its advanced feature allow to refine the search and improve the result. Whereas in case of subject directories, consider best if one want to browse broad topic, and it can give a good idea about the amount and type of web-based information on that topic. You cannot improve the search result by using the search directory. Last but not the least, indexing. In terms of indexing, search engines index a website. Search engines automatically collect information from index page, whereas search directories demands that a website submission be listed in the directory. Automatically, it doesn't create any indexing. Other differences are already listed. Whenever you will have time, you please go through it. Here is the screenshot that we are trying to show you of these three. First one is subject directory, second one is search engine, and third one is called meta search engine. First one, Sociobot, a subject directory is designed to get access to information and resources which are relevant for the sociologist and other social scientists. Likewise, Google Scholar provide a simple way to broadly search for scholarly literature. Dear friends, probably you have noticed over here, I have added the screenshot of Google Scholar instead of very popular search engine Google. Dear friends, I have already mentioned in earlier also, search engine, there are so many versions of Google's are available, but Google Scholar is specifically meant for searching academic content from the web. That's why here, for giving you example, I find it better to use Google Scholar instead of Krogerly. The result of Google is a search engine for information access, and it is not very much tool for scholarly research. The last one, that is Mama, which comes under Metacrawler search engine. Mama is one of the Metacrawler search engine. What they claim in their documentation as the mother of all search engines, is a type of search engine where number of engines works together to provide you a result. In this engine, when user type their query, Mama simultaneously search into a variety of engines, directories and deep content sites, properly format the words and syntax of each, compile their results in a virtual database, eliminate duplicates and display then the result in a uniform manner according to the relevance. So, if you see, although Mama or Metacrawler search engine usually takes search result from different search engines, but before displaying result, they remove the duplicate and only unique one they display to cater the information need of various users who are using Metacrawler search engine. Now, search engine searches pages, but a very common question may comes, how search engine search pages? In fact, when a page is uploaded on the web, one of the program of search engine called web crawler or robot crawl the page thoroughly. Crawling is the very first step in finding what user needs or what a page contains. Search engine use web crawler, also this crawler known as spider, which are a program that visit websites across the internet to collect information that will later be indexed. After a page is crawled, the information on it processed and stored in a database called index. When a query is made, search engine look through this index to provide the most relevant information. Note here, the querying process, also called a search, is the magic things that search engine usually perform. When you enter a search term, the engine shifts through the index data to the return relevant results. This step is crucial for delivering the piece of information users seek quickly and effectively. Search results are ranked based on number of factors like relevancy, quality, location, authority, keyword density, speed or link, and finally search engines serve in a search engine result page, SERP, acronymically known, and this result page contains all the result that the web crawler and the indexer throws to display. Understanding the user intent is crucial for delivering the most relevant and useful search result. Search engine analyze the new things or new keywords uses to improve the matches against the indexed information and rank again and again. This process continuously done in search engine in a regular interval. That's why you can say search engine updates their content or index regularly, maybe within 15 minutes, maybe one day, maybe within 15 days, like so. So, what I was talking of, when search engine analyze the nuance of the keyword used to improve the match against their indexed information and then rank. Here ranking is very important. There is one very common example is Google PageRank. Google PageRank is a system for ranking web page developed by Google founder Page and Brin when they are worked at Stanford University as a part of their thesis work. It is assign a score to each page based on the number and quality of links to determine how important the website is, and the higher score or higher page rank usually comes on the top, lower page score or rank usually comes into the down, because when a search engine display the result, usually a user hits the first few hits that is appear on first pages. So displaying information on the first pages which is relevant and fulfill the need of user is very, very important, and it determines how a search engine is functioning qualitatively. Now, let us talk on user interface. Since, as I was already talked to you, that search engine display their result after completing the search through an interface, and this interface is known as search engine interface. Actually, there are two ends, backend and front end. In the backend, crawler works, but in the front end, there is a user interface every search engine has. When a query is generated in the user interface of any search engine first receive the query and offer the search refinement options. As you all know, every search engine today in present day provides some refinement options. Google is one of the example. Here you also get a number of refinement options. Some search engines like Google provide you opportunity to correct spelling, suggested alternatives or relevant query that search engines throw by using the fuzzy logic. Very importantly, please note it, Google Scholar or Google search engine, whenever you type something, give you some suggestions that whether you are searching this content or not. This particular part is handled by a logic algorithm which is called fuzzy logic. These allow users to modify query according to the suggestions. After getting result, this interface also plays an important role to deliver the contents. There are different ways of delivery, means some search engines give only the information link as a form of link or site. Some, along with that, it provides title of the page, creator names, abstract in few lines, along with that date of creation of the page or updation of the page, which helps a person to determine how effective the search result search engine provide to us. Next, although many search engines and directories have some similar characteristics and features. Grasping the basic search techniques of few good search service will enhance your search result. The very common way is to follow a structured way to use keywords. For example, if we would like to search African American psychology, certainly these are three keywords. You have to put double inverted comma from starting and ending of these keywords. As a result of that, the engine will understand it's a combined single word to be searched, and search engine gives the proper result, excluding those results in where only African or only American or only psychology contents are there. Here search engines also support Boolean search. In generally, Boolean search means and or not. These are mostly used in databases. But my dear friends, search engine in place of and they are using plus. In place of not they using minus. Others are already you know, I am not giving you in detail. But one thing you have to be understand. For example, plus education, plus community college, plus African American will leads you a result which contains African American community college education. Here you have noticed I have little bit reversed the order to explain. There are few search engines which allow you proximity search. As you know, proximity search means use of asterisks, question marks, like such type of operators in search process. Therefore, this will enable you to make you a perfect search. There is another way by you can purify your search, and that is called truncation search. Use of asterisks for a spelling which have different usages, you can use the truncation search. Last but not the least, few search engines supports case sensitiveness. Means these search engines are there are few search engines which generally if you put a query in capital, they will search. The same thing if you put in small, they usually give different result. In generally, search engines are case insensitive. There is no need to put a query in case sensitive form, but there are number of search engines exist which also work case sensitive rule while searching the pages. Now, there are various ways also you can improve the search strategy to give a better result. And one of the very common way is field search. As you know, every database usually puts the data in terms of field tags. Field tags mean author field, title field, subject field, keyword field. Every search engine allows you to search the content by using fields. If you see the Google Advanced Search, they also allow you to put such things into their searching process. There are a number of ways by which you can also filter. One of the very common ways is if you mention the file type, community education, file type : PDF, then it will only give you the search result which is community education and only available on the web in PDF. That is, if it is available in HTML or in other format, it will not display. Search engine allow you exclude some words. In generally the common words A and D, of, because, for, they are commonly excluded by default in search engines. But you can also add. In advanced search option, there is an option exclude words. Particular that words, if you add it, then this result will not come in your searches process. You can also limit your search by putting year, by particular type of document, or any other field tag by selecting it. Or you can restrict your search for family filters. There is an option if some content is objectionable for a family context, you can particularly restrict those keywords in the advanced search options of such process, then search engine will never give you those results. Last but not the least, although I have already mentioned, search engine allow you to modify your search by using the fuzzy logic. This fuzzy logic is a new development using in search engine, mostly in Google or Google Scholar, but this enables a person to identify or to prepare a proper search tree while making a search. So, dear friends, these are the strategy that are very, very important to follow when a person uses search engine to search a term. My dear friends, as you all know, artificial intelligence tools are transforming the way we work. AI enabled search engines are now become a very powerful tool in our everyday activity. You know about Gemini, or you know about large language model based tool ChatGPT, which gives you the search result that you are asking for. But better, as academic context, I must say you use those tools which are typically meant for accessing academic content. One of very such example is Perplexity. If you see the left side screen, I have given the screenshot of Perplexity, and the right side there is another very important AI enabled search tool, name is u.com. I have mentioning over here. My expectation to all of you students, by your own, you please use this tool and get better result to know how AI enabled search engine works. Particularly, one thing you have to be understand, in normal search engine, we usually put the terms or important terms by putting various logical operators, proximity operators, or double inverted comma as a phrase search. In case of AI powered search engine, such things is not so important. If you put a search strategy as a form of question, AI powered tool is quite efficient to provide you the better search result by consulting deep web as well as the surface web. So, these type of search engines are more compatible to give you better result than a traditional search engine gives. So, as we see, search engine gives so many things, and very important things are already discussed in the earlier slides or in discussion. Now you have to understand that what are the strength and what are the weakness of search engine has. It's not a, you can say, heavy powered machine available on internet which gives you the absolute result every time. Every mechanical or electronic or digital system must have certain strength, certain weakness. Let's see one by one, important one, what search engine strengths are. Web is full of information and it is impossible to recall the exact web address of at least top 5 institutions. It is impossible to recall the web address of institution or organization that you are working for a long time. Sometimes you forget, and there are thousands of web pages with so many web addresses. If you put the query about this organization with their name, search engine gives you the link of that address. So there is no need to recall all the web addresses. Search engines can quickly scan the web and provide relevant result which save the time of the users and efforts. Because if a person can get a result with shortest possible time, he can spend his time in a better way, or he can use his time for other academic activities. It can provide access to a variety of experiences and perspectives which can help break down the barriers and promoting understanding the subject in deeper way. Since most of the search engine index trustworthy sources, so user can also find accurate and current information while using search engine. Search engine makes educational resources more accessible by allowing students and supports lifelong learning process. Next, with the vast growth of internet, however, search engine also have certain challenges. In the screen, we have mentioned the main challenges search engines have. Mainly, these challenges includes, first is, there is a tendency of every searcher to search web content or video content. Just try to understand, video content doesn't have any meta tag. If a information doesn't have any meta tag, for a search engine it is impossible to understand what content is. And if it is not able to understand what the content is, to delivering the correct content of a query is a very challenging process. Search engine do that. Today, we are in the age of semantic web, very much structured web. But at the same time, we also spend a huge number of years in unstructured web, mixing structured data with unstructured data and displaying it as a form of relevant to satisfy user query is very challenging task for a search engine. There is constant algorithm is there. Every page is putting algorithm to satisfy the user need. Search engine need to understand what extent the new algorithm is working or the new features is adding in a web pages. On the basis of that, it can only, if it able to understand properly, then it can able to deliver the correct result. Then, as you know, web, I have already mentioned, there are two webs, surface web and deep web. Probably we have not allowed, or a search engine must not allow to access the deep webs. So there is a problem of data privacy. This data privacy becomes a very important role, or becoming a very crucial role in present day. Search engine has to face those challenges related to data piracy. There is also a possibility of lack of speed. Every web page do not on same server with same speed. Search engine matches the speed from different services or different server and deliver you a data. There are thousands of pages which doesn't contain any meta tags. Instead, search engines need to deliver the result in best possible way. So these are the challenges. You must go through more challenges that are associated with the search engines. Now, I must bind my discussion or complete my journey with talking of future trends. As I have already mentioned, search engines are using now artificial intelligence. Natural language processing or NLP integration search engines are coming. The search engine need to survive with this NLP domain, because the trend of search and the process of search has already changed. Every search engines need to improve themselves to face these challenges or do this. But the future search engine is on artificial intelligence based or natural language based search engine. There is huge demand of voice search. Voice search feature is becoming more popular, and business will need to adopt their content to conventional queries. Search engine need to compete with or enabling with these voice search facilities. Mobile first indexing is the standard, and website need to be optimized for mobile performance. Every search engine, whenever search a result, then it is very important to understand for the search engine that now most of the user are mobile user. User interface of a search engine, that's why very important here to display the result to a mobile of various dimension and sizes in such way that it looks attractive, useful for the audience. Last but not the least, there is a very tendency of searching local contents. A search engine should be accustomed or acquainted with all these things or all the resources that belongs to local history or local collections. If they have or they can able to index the local collection, because the problem with local collection is language. The problem of local collection is not a standardized format. If the search engine needs to be competent in such a way so that it can fulfill the need of the user that a person is coming for accessing web pages. In conclusion, we say that search engine enable user to access a vast array of information across the web and enhancing the knowledge discovery. Search engine gives us access to variety of viewpoints which facilitate communication, teamwork, cross-cultural exchange. Search engine provide results based on user location, preference as well as increased visibility of website. So, this all about today's part. Based on this, now hopefully we can able to answer few MCQs. The first MCQs is, which is the example among the following under the meta search engine. You are just looking over here, we are mentioning Google, Bing, Yahoo, Docfile. So certainly the answer will be the Docfile, which is not a Boolean operator that search engine allows. Boolean operator and or not are there, but there is no such operator like but is there. While which truncation search query is applicable for return the result on children's involvement or related information. If a person put child, then star. Why this star? This star is a truncating operator and it includes children, child and all. So it is the best result. What is Googlebot? You all know Googlebot is an example of a web crawler of Google. And last but not least is Google search engine provides you local based search or provides a voice search facility. The answer certainly is. As you all well accustomed, the Google is now supports voice search to satisfy different users query who cannot write properly. There are few broad questions that can also be answered by consulting this particular session. First is, why search engine is an important tool? Because search engine is a tool to give you the search result from the vast information available on web. How search engine works, we have already explained. Search engine first crawl, then index, then display the result. Discuss in detail the difference between search engine and search directories. We have explained this topic very detailed by showing you a live slides. What are the various ways of refining search result? We have already discussed AND or NOT, proximity operator, and then I have already discussed file type search, and then if you make it field tag search, all these give you refining of your search. What are the advantages and disadvantages associated with search engines? We have already discussed what are the challenges and opportunities and what are the positive side search engines have. So certainly it will be an important answer on consulting that part. What are the future of search engine mechanism? The last slide that I was discussed related to future of search engine, where I was talking of AI enabled search engine, local data search engine, voice search engine and others in our slide that to be discussed. So that's all today's presentation on search engine. Hope you have enjoyed. Thank you very much. Thank you.